They say the highway is a lonely place, a ribbon of asphalt stretching into nothing, punctuated by the occasional flicker of a tired motel sign. For 20 years, that ribbon has been my office. I'm a long-haul trucker. I've seen it all, or at least, I thought I had. I've seen blinding blizzards in the Rockies, 100-car pileups outside Chicago, and sunsets over the Arizona desert that would make you believe in God. But I've never seen anything like what I saw on that starless stretch of I-80 in Nevada. Not even in the strange, quiet days of 2020. This was back in 2020. It was about 2 in the morning, and the roads were already emptier than usual. The whole world felt like it was holding its breath. My rig, the Nomad, was a steady diesel heartbeat in the void. I was pushing through to Salt Lake City with a load of essential medical supplies. An easy, vital run. Just me, the unusually silent road, and the crackle of the CB radio, which had been dead for the last 100 miles. That's when I first saw it. In my rearview mirror. A pair of headlights, way back. Nothing unusual about that. But they were odd. Not the bright, clean white of modern LEDs or the warm yellow of an older car. They were a sickly, pale green, like old glow-in-the-dark stars. I watched them for a few minutes. They kept a perfect distance, not closing, not falling back, just hovering there, a mile or so behind my trailer. I shrugged it off, probably just another night owl on the road. But an hour later, they were still there. The same distance, the same pale green glow. My trucker's sixth sense, the one that tells you when a tire is about to go or when a way station is open, started to prickle. Something was off. I tapped my brakes, just a flicker of red to see if they'd react. Nothing. No change. But we pulled away. Sped up, pushing the Nomad to 80. I felt a surge of relief engine groaned as the green lights shrank in my mirror. Then, impossibly, they blinked and reappeared at the exact same distance they were before, like they hadn't moved at all. My heart started thumping against my ribs. This wasn't right. I grabbed the CB mic, my thumb fumbling with the switch. Voice tight. Breaker 19. This is Nomad heading east on I-80, mile marker 72. Got a four-wheeler behind me, acting strange. Anyone got a copy? Silence. Just the hiss of static. I tried again. Come on, anyone out there? Eastbound on 80, just past Winnemucca. Seeing some unusual lights. The radio crackled. For a second, I thought I heard a voice, a whisper buried in the static. It sounded like it said, "Turn back." I dropped the mic as if it were electric. My blood ran cold. I stared into the rearview mirror. The green lights were still there, unblinking, patient. I spent the next hour in a state of quiet panic. Every logical explanation was failing me. A prank? A new kind of police car? A drone? Nothing fit. The feeling of being watched, of being hunted, was overwhelming. Then, the lights changed. They didn't get closer. They split apart. One green light stayed behind me, but the other one veered off the road. It just drove off into the pitch-black desert. I watched in disbelief as it sailed smoothly over the rough terrain, not a single bump or jolt, until it was parallel with my cab. It was moving at 80 miles an hour through sagebrush and rock, a silent, glowing orb. I could see it clearly now out of my passenger side window. It wasn't a car. It wasn't anything I could recognize. It was just a sphere of that same sickly green light, floating about 10 feet off the ground. I kept my eyes locked on the road, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. I could feel it pacing me, studying me. My rig felt like a glass cage. Then, my radio came on by itself. A voice filled the cab. It was calm, conversational, and utterly terrifying. It sounded like a 1940s radio announcer, but with a strange metallic echo.
Nomad, your cargo is precious. Your schedule is irrelevant. Pull over at the next designated rest stop. We need to have a word.
My breath hitched. This wasn't a prank. This was something else, something organized. I didn't respond. My mind was racing. Who were they? What did they want with essential medical supplies? In 2020, a cargo like that could be worth more than gold to the right people. Tone shifts, becomes colder.
That was not a request, Nomad.
The green sphere outside my window pulsed, and my engine sputtered. The lights on my dash flickered. The radio clicked off. I was in control again, but the message was clear. They could stop me whenever they wanted. I saw a sign up ahead. Rest stop. 2 miles. My hands were shaking. I had a choice. Obey the terrifying, disembodied voice, or put the pedal to the floor and hope for the best. I chose to run. I blew past the rest stop exit at 90 miles an hour. In my mirror, the green light on the road didn't follow. It just stopped. It sat at the exit, watching me go. But the sphere in the desert was still pacing me, a silent, glowing predator. For 10 minutes, it was a standoff. Me, the highway, and the light. Then, up ahead, I saw them. Flashing lights, red and blue. A police car sitting in the median. Relief washed over me so intensely, my knees felt weak. I was saved. I flashed my high beams, laid on the air horn. The cruiser pulled out from the median and fell in behind me, its lights blazing. The green sphere in the desert vanished, just winked out of existence. It was over. The police car followed me for about a mile before its siren chirped and the loudspeaker crackled. Pull your vehicle over to the right-hand shoulder. I complied immediately, bringing the Nomad to a slow, shuddering halt on the side of the interstate. I killed the engine and waited, my heart still pounding, but now with gratitude. I watched in my side mirror as the officer got out of his car. He was a tall silhouette against his own headlights. He walked slowly, deliberately, up to my cab. I rolled down the window, ready to pour out my insane story. Officer, thank God you're here. You are not going to believe what I just saw. He stepped into the light of my cab, and I saw his face. He was smiling. A wide, unnatural smile. He wasn't wearing a normal police uniform. It was old, a vintage cut, and his badge. It wasn't a star or a shield. It was a circle, with a strange symbol in the middle. But that wasn't the most terrifying part. The most terrifying part was his eyes. They were glowing, a pale, sickly green. I was trapped, miles from anywhere, with a monster in a uniform. To find out what happened next, click on the video for part 2. The story isn't over.